Hey all, this is Mike, and it's Sunday, September 13th, and time for my tri-weekly update from the Strout Garden, also known as Clear Sky Produce. I just thought I'd let you know things are looking really well. This is my cabbage and onions and radishes, and I can see here I have two different varieties. I probably should have notes as to what they are, but these are the ones that I started first. And you can see they're coming along pretty good, not quite heading up yet. I've already pulled out probably 3-4 dozen radishes, and these down the center are getting pretty close. And just in time as the cabbage is starting to crowd them out. Over here, the onions are going great, as you can see. Let's see. They are, I don't know, the tallest ones are probably close to 2 feet already, except they're all bent over because they're really wet right now. And here we have the kohlrabi that we started at home, and you can see down in there it's already starting to form its well-known kohlrabi head, I guess. That's kind of neat. And this is the other cabbage that I started, and this is a little bit different in that the plant itself is huge. Let's go side by side here. So there we can see that it's taken up better than half the bed, where this one over here is kind of nice and compact. I think if I have to do it again, we'll see what the heads look like. But I think the first one over there might be better, because I had high hopes of growing radishes in with the cabbage here, and you can see that these leaves are just so huge. They're just shading everything. So that's what's going on in the raised beds. We'll pop over here real quick. We've got some really happy bumblebees over here. You can see that it is that time of year. At the Strout House, we love bumblebees because they are pollinating all of our fruit. You can see that they are just all over these blueberries, and they are looking great. I just went through and pulled out a bunch of I just use pine needles here because blueberries love a good acidic ground, so that works real well to kind of cover up and make a mulch. And I pulled those away and put some azalea fertilizer in there, and we'll be looking to cover back up pretty soon. Over here, more bumblebees everywhere. Oh, say hi, cute wife. She's following me, stalking me. Over on the far side there, we have blackberries that, I don't know, they just never really took off. I think because they just don't get enough sun, except for right in the middle of the hot summer, which is like the worst time for them to get it. So, we have new blackberries going on over here. Oh, there's the Christmas addition to the Strout backyard, our shed. It's kind of nice to be able to lock everything up in there nice. And I can see it's 7 o'clock because my hydroponic pumps just kicked on. I'm going to back up a little bit here. You can see that I have everything pretty much set up for the 3 runs. First one here is the tomatoes. We planted them all in yesterday. And we have 15 buckets of tomatoes here. Let's see, we have, I'll go real quick over them. We have 2 blush, which is a small cherry tomato. We have Kazachka and Horizontraub, and then we have Esternia and Gooseberry. Let's see, and we have an Ambrosia Rose, 2 of those. It's supposed to be the sweetest cherry tomato known to man, but it's still in the experimental stage. And here is a Fitoliev something or other, some Russian tomatoes, but it was really good last year. This is Opalkas. They are always a pitiful looking plant, but they make a really big tomato that's great for canning. Over here we have Petite Chocolats that looks like a little beefsteak tomato. It's kind of dark in color, super tasty. And this is, oh, snow cherries. So that's almost a white, almost transparent cherry tomato. There's some chocolate cherries. Go down a little bit more. Oh, those are aromas. And as are those aromas too. Down here we have some Tangerine. That's a full-size tomato. That's pretty tasty. And here we have, oh, another 2 tangerines. Next we have our Sweet Millions. We have 2 tubs of those. Those are just super high producers. So that's kind of our safety tomato. We should get dozens and dozens and dozens of beautiful red cherry tomatoes. In this next run will be all our cucumbers. We're going to have 15 plants at least of cucumbers there. And in this third one, we're going to have peppers. And I'm not quite sure, we'll probably won't have 15 plants of peppers. So I'm looking for some options to put in there besides peppers. As you'll recall, our peas, we're going to have climb up this trellis here. And without any help from us, past the pole, you can see that they are doing just that. As I zoom in, the tallest one is now, those are about 5-inch holes, so 5, 10, 15, 20 inches tall already, and we're not even to the 15th of March yet. So as we zoom in really close, if it'll do this, you can see that they are just grabbing on all over the place. If we, let's go over here quick and see that I have this watering dripper tape that goes around all 3 of these. Worked out just about perfectly. You can see here, just really just packed full of peas. So I'm pretty excited about that. Finally, we're going to get out of here. And last time you saw the blackberries were in, but they were looking pretty pitiful. This looks much better. You can see that we have 3 beds. And I've got some mulch in there now to keep the moisture in. And then I put some jute twine in there to just to string them up until they get a little bit bigger and are able to support themselves. Some of them are laying down quite a bit. So that is all looking fantastic. Probably won't see any fruit until November on those. In fact, some of them are blossoming right now, and I really shouldn't let them do that because they need to focus on building roots, not fruit. So you may have seen some pictures on my Facebook of the peach trees and how beautiful they were flowering in the last week or so. Here's a close-up of one of them. Let's see if it will zoom. I won't quite focus on it, but that's okay. So these are just about done. Hopefully my pollinators have been here doing their job, and we should get lots of peaches. We are going to wrap these with netting this year to keep the squirrels off them. I'm trying to find some options for that. This one here is kind of interesting. Same vintage or same age as all the other ones, and for some reason this one is blossoming, just starting right now, and it's blossoming probably 2 weeks later. The only thing I can think is before all the rains that we've had, I started watering these, and I left the hose on this one for about 6 hours one night and just flooded it really, really bad, good, not sure which, but it kind of stunted its flowering, but it's doing okay now, so I'm not going to fight it. Here is our nectarine. It's still looking pretty nice. So that's kind of fun. And this is what we have left over of the tomatoes. Some of them not looking so good. Some of them we just have too many of right now. But we'll kind of keep these around as fallback plants just in case we get a frost, bite my tongue, or I don't know, maybe something happens and some just die out. These are the cucumbers that are getting ready to go. We have a couple extra here. I'd like to see them get another set of true leaves or 2 before we go and put them into the hydroponic system. So we're probably a week away from that. Some of these actually got some hail damage. You can see like here where it's kind of, the leaf is cracked at the end. We got some hail in that storm that came through last week. So they, I don't know, we lost several of the baby plants in there. Over here we have our sweet potatoes that I'm trying to grow my own starts from. And they're kind of moving along here. Now they have to be another 3 feet long to do what we need to do, but it's very early yet, so I'm holding out hope. It's my first year trying that. I may just end up having to buy some. Over here, we have, oh, these are squash. It's a little bit early for squash, but it's not too late to be starting them. So in about 8 weeks, hopefully, let's see, that'd be April, about mid-May, they'll be ready to go into the ground. And then beyond that, we have our Carol cantaloupe and our Israel cantaloupe, both big winners last year for us. They just tasted so good. So we're going to get those going again. And see all my neat little labels here. Here's a nice little trick for you. When you're looking at building labels, just get yourself the thickest plastic cup you can from Walmart, and then just cut a bunch of pieces. It gives you a nice handle at the top. Write on it with a Sharpie, and it'll much better than having to go with, like, I don't know, any sort of popsicle stick. What I found with popsicle sticks is it sucks the water up out of the dirt, and then it ends up bleeding the name, and you can't really read it. But this seems to work really well. You can also cut up, like these ones are from a milk carton that I cut up with a pair of scissors, and those will last the whole summer. So there's a little gardening tip for you. So that's about it. Oh, I was going to film the garden with the drone today, but it's a little bit windy and some technical difficulties. I also was going to try to use a different camera, but it's having issues as well. So one more week with the iPhone. So if things go well here, you'll probably hear from me right around the 1st of April, something like that. That's about 2 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks. And I'll give you an update on how things are growing. Until then, God bless and have a great day.